the Northern Entertainment, and welcome to another episode of my prepared flight around the world in a 182. We are still, as you probably remember from last time, if you joined me last time, we were in Dawson when we left off here. The end of our first leg went from Charlie Yankee Zulu Hotel to Dawson Creek, which is a Charlie Yankee Delta Quebec. And today we are going from Charlie Yankee Delta Quebec all the way to Charlie Yankee X-Ray Sierra, and that is Prince George. So that's gonna be the next leg of our flight, the second leg of our flight around the world. And as you guys know, I am making my way slowly down to Vancouver. Once we are in Vancouver, I am gonna turn south, and from there on out we're gonna follow the west coast all the way down and trying to make a hop into Antarctica eventually, which sounds like a crazy thing to begin with. But without further ado, I am going now to get this baby ready for takeoff, and I will be back with you guys once I completed the pre-flight checklist. Just because I'm not gonna go over it again. It doesn't change really, and I don't know how interested you guys are in seeing this, as it all is just, well, pretty much always the same. I will, however, cut in if there is by any chance I find something that's not correct, that's not up to par. Then I will definitely cut in so you can see that. But assuming that everything will be fine, I will see you guys once we are ready to start the engine. Alright, so far, so good. We're gonna go our before starting engine checklist. Pre-flight inspection complete. Seatbelt, shoulder harnesses adjust and lock. Brakes are test and set. Circuit breaker check in. Electronic equipment is off. Avionics is off. Autopilot off. Cowl flaps flags are open. Fuel selector is on both. And avionics circuit breakers are check in. And Dan, if you are watching this, thank you so much for showing me that song yesterday again, because I cannot get it out of my head. That's great. Really, really great. Did a great job. Okay, idle cut off. So now let's start the engine. Throttle goes a quarter open. High RPM. Idle cutoff. Propeller area is clear. And master switch goes on now. Flash and beacon comes on as well. Auxiliary fuel pump on. And now we're gonna slowly advance our mixture until we see a rise. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we close this. Ignition switch goes now to start after we say clear prop. So now our engine is now running smoothly at around 1000 RPM. And we can start to set our... we can get the radios now on. And we are on multicom, since we don't have, unfortunately we don't have a center here. But once we are airborne, I am going to switch to Edmonton Center. I'm gonna make contact with them, gonna get my RFR flight follow, and then because we have to fly at 9,000 feet altitude, since we are going over, actually I can't hear my own thoughts there, that is a lot better. We are going with flight following. I filed an IFR flight plan because, as I said, we have to go over 9,000 feet to clear the Rocky Mountains on our way to Prince George. It is a beautiful day, and that is of course in reality as well, because we are using active sky. The only thing that is not realistic is I don't have collision with AI traffic, just because, well, as you guys know, sometimes AI traffic is not very smart, and with some of the add-on airports you have also sometimes you end up being closer to the buildings than you would like in the initial scenario, and to avoid that I have collisions off. Other than that, we are flying with full realism. And I am looking forward to this flight. Without further ado, I would say let's get started, let's get rolling, and I will talk to you guys a little bit more about what you can expect here, what my plans are for future reference with all this. We are going out on a runway 24 today. We have wind coming from 0-17 degrees, light wind at that, so yeah, it's been a really nice couple days. Nav light on, gonna do a brake check, and it is amazing how well behaved this airplane taxis. And just so you guys know, again, this is a series that is kind of powered by SATEC and GoFlight, because I use both products. GoFlight was nice enough to give me the radio panel as well as the multifunction panel, and I really love to use it with the 182. It works so nicely. It is such a nice addition. It makes just those two instruments really make all the difference. And I'm not getting paid for saying that. I do genuinely like the product. But having said that, we better inform everybody what we are up to here, and that is Dawson Creek traffic, November Echo Sierra Sierra, taxiing to runway for takeoff, runway 24. Dawson Creek traffic. So we are on multicom. I don't know why he's not. Well, we let him first, I think. And I know I'm not really following the taxiway right now. I just realized that myself, but we just let him pass by. Was that extra? Yeah, it would be nice if you use multicom, buddy. But maybe he's NORAD. No radio. Or Nordor. Nordor? I don't know. What do I know? But see, this is one of the things with Dawson Creek. It doesn't have a taxiway that goes all the way down to the runway. You have to taxi on the runway back to, well, you have to backtrack pretty much, and then on the threshold you make a 180. Oh yeah, look at this, there's really almost no wind. Windsock is just idling around there. Well, while he is doing his thing here, I'm gonna do our run up. Is there anything coming, or why is he just sitting there? Oh yeah, there is. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I'm starting to wonder if they all don't have a radio. Is going to be very interesting because he has to go all the way down there and has to wait till we are off the runway pretty much. If he turns in right now, then you will know exactly why I have collisions off. Yeah, sure enough. Honestly, guys, I'm sorry that I had to do this, but I just slewed my aircraft back because, well, I had to make a cut here because they were just in a stalemate. Nobody moved. So I'm just gonna wait here for Buddy to get out of the way. It would be also nice if they would use... they would have used multicom, but okay. It is what it is. At least I know that my decision to use runway 24 is the right one. Just waiting for Buddy there to get off the runway so I can get on the runway. Dawson traffic, November Echo Sierra Sierra, holding short runway 24, Dawson traffic. While he's fooling around back there, we're gonna do our run up quickly. So I'm gonna advance the throttle 1800. Mixture goes full rich. And then we're gonna left magneto. There's our 50 drop. Right magneto, and there's our 50 drop. And there he goes. Now we're gonna cycle the prop twice. And we can take slowly the throttle out of it again. And taxi off, landing lights. Oh, landing lights on. Nav lights on. No, landing lights on, taxi lights off. Nav light on, strobes on. There we go. Dawson traffic, November Echo Sierra Sierra entering runway 24. Dawson traffic. Gonna taxi down here, and I sure hope that there is not a AI somewhere idling around that wants to give me trouble. Again, you can see here, well, the wind is now a little bit more prominent, but nothing really to worry about. It's a little bit of a crosswind, but it's really not major in any way, shape or form. So, I better get turned around. One last check. There's nobody there, so let's get lined up. And we can perform a rolling start. Full ridge. All lights off. Slowly advance to 2300. Oh lovely, my rudder pedal is stuck. Wonderful. Well, this is one of those things that happens every now and again, especially if you run with rudder pedals. So now I gotta get lined up again because literally my rudder pedal was stuck. Stuff like that happens. I would assume this can happen in a real aircraft too, that the rudder pedal gets stuck for whatever reason. It's a little bit annoying though. Doesn't make for very smooth flying. Alright, let's try this again. RPM. And now with my rudder pedal unstuck, this works. Airspeed is alive. $60 knots, and we slowly rotate. And we are off to the races. Bring the RPM back to around 2300 here again. And around 500 feet per minute is good for me. Climbing out at 85 knots indicated. So that's where I want to keep her, if possible. It's safe to lean her out a little bit. I have to disconnect this button. We are steady climbing. Gonna bring her now on our course. Landing lights at this point. I'm gonna turn them off. On. Nav is on. And vertical speed. Our vertical speed is set to 500. Altitude 9000, and we are good. And it is at this point that I am going to switch to Edmonton Center if I can, and see if we can get anybody there. I request flight following. Edmonton Center, Cessna 182, November Echo Sierra Sierra, 1.5 kilometers south of Dawson, climbing through 4,700 for 9,000. But yeah guys, we are off to the races, as I said. This is the second leg of our journey, and I am really excited to fly this whole, this whole time. It's going to be a crazy trip. What can we talk about now that we are airborne? Well, let's talk about the forum. I was asked to talk about the forum a little bit. And honestly, I don't know what to talk about the forum, because the forum is the forum. There is really not much to say. I know that a lot of you guys probably don't even use the forum because